Hey everybody, Steve here, and today I want to talk to you about radios. And I'm going to go ahead and say right now, you couldn't find a bigger fanboy of FrSky Taranis radios. I have been flying with this since either 2011 or 2012. And obviously this is still an ACCST protocol. This is my QX7S, also an ACCST protocol. I have not upgraded the firmware to 2 dot whatever yet, and I'm not gonna. So suffice it to say that you're probably not gonna find a bigger FrSky Taranis fanboy than I am. And I was in the market for a new radio, and you almost got me, FrSky, with your new access protocol and all of its fancy schmancy specs with all this low latency and 24 channels and all this kind of stuff. You almost snookered me into it. And yes, that is an old man word, snookered. I'm over 50, I'm using old man words now. Snookered. You almost snookered. You almost fucked me over, FrSky. How about that for the younger crowd out there? Yeah, FrSky. So let me see if I got this straight. I go out and I spend a whole bunch of money on your new radio with your new protocol, and all of a sudden, all of my quads with the D8 protocol don't work anymore, or something like that. And I guess at one point my D16s wouldn't have worked either, but now Access is backwards compatible with D16, but not backwards compatible with D8. So here's what's got me all stirred up. I have never bought a bind and fly quad before, ever, until very recently, when I bought this Tiny Hawk 2. And this thing is unbelievably, just unbelievably fun. I mean, everyone who flies should have one of these in their arsenal. These things are amazing. So this is a D8 protocol, and it works perfectly with both of my ACCST radios. And by the way, I never upgraded the firmware on my radio, so they're not running the 2 point whatever ACCST. It's old radio running old firmware, and it worked fine with this. And it works fine with all my X8Rs, and it works fine with all my D4Rs. FrSky, you give me absolutely no reason in the world to have any inclination to buy your new Access Protocol radio. Furthermore, I come to find out that if I do buy an Access Protocol radio, none of my D8 stuff will work. It seems to me that FrSky has decided to upgrade their protocol to this Access Protocol, not for the purposes of creating a better user experience for their customers, but more for the purposes of making it much more difficult to reverse engineer so that companies like Emacs can't put FrSky compatible receivers on their little drones. I don't know. What makes this even more ironic and more stupid is that FrSky is running OpenTX, which is open source software, on their radios. But here you're going to go ahead and make your firmware for the hardware on the radio itself. You're going to make that proprietary? No. You screwed the pooch, FrSky, and you couldn't have done it at an absolute worst time. I got bad news for you, FrSky. One of your biggest fanboys is done and moving on to a multi-protocol radio. I know that the Jumper T16's been out for a while, but this is the Radio Master TX16S. It's a multi-protocol radio, which means that it'll run D8, it'll run D16, it'll run Spectrum. I'm gonna show you the list here in a second, but it's OpenTX, which means it does everything that FrSky does. So if I think about it, and I think about some of the older videos that I've done going on and on and on about how awesome the FrSky Taranis is, I guess I was never really in love with FrSky. I was in love with the OpenTX firmware that was running on it. The new radios, both the Jumper and the Radio Master, are OpenTX. So if you're in the market for a new radio, you could always go out and get the newest QX7S, which has got the Access Protocol in it, and you can run FrSky Access Protocol stuff only, or you can go out and get the Radio Master TX16S and run, I don't know, how many protocols? Let's see. All right, let's take a look at all the protocols that this thing runs. Let's see, here we go. We got DSM, eSky, FlySky, lots of different FlySkys. We've got FrSky D, which is the D8 protocol. We've got FrSky X, which is the D16 protocol. HiSky, High Tech. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. So anyhow, I made this video for two reasons. Number one, to voice my frustration with a company that I so dearly loved for so long. I'm not going to be purchasing from FrSky anymore. And number two, because my audience is predominantly beginners, you could go out and get the QX7 with one protocol, but I just don't see why that is a viable option anymore. My recommendation would be, and I didn't get this for free. I'm not sponsored by them. I buy all my stuff. I don't have drone sponsors. So I'm just a big fan. I'm a big fan of open source. I'm a big fan of putting your customer first. And that seems to be where we're at right now with this. So my vote is for multi-protocols. It just doesn't make sense to go in any other direction when one radio will fly this and all the archaic stuff that I have back there and anything that comes out in the future. So that's pretty much it. So if you're a beginner when it comes to all this drone stuff, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and go one step further, hit the bell so that you get notifications when I got new videos coming out. Because I've got ideas for dozens and dozens of videos that I want to do, not only on this new radio, but lots and lots and lots of quad stuff as well. And my angle on all of this stuff is that I am going to try to take the knowledge that I have acquired over many, many, many years and distill it down in a way that beginners can understand. So hope you got value out of this one and hope to see you in the next one. See ya.